Y'all gonna have to work quietly.
What's up, family?
Faith or its family, marriage to jealousy, truth or its fantasy, yeah. We're doing everything, cause there's so much to talk about. Sit still and brew it out. Bitter and sweet, ice and heat. Let's take a drink of honesty.
What's up, and good morning, and welcome to another hour of Honesty with the Rutherfords. I'm your boy, Brother Greg, Minister Greg, Pastor Greg, whatever it is you need me to be, I'm there at your service as the Lord wills. And
you already know what it is. I am your girl, Antoinette.
All day long, and it ain't changing, you understand? So, what's up, family? We are here. It is Thursday, and it's been a week. I have to truly say it has been a week, but
I'm tired.
We working.
I ain't sleep good last night.
We working.
Overstimulated.
We working.
I just need
We working. We working.
Cause God.
We working.
Go ahead.
All right. So, let's jump right on in. Y'all already know what it is. What's sleeping in our communities?
Yeah.
Tell the people what's going on today, baby.
Alrighty, so y'all already know. Better Family and Life for them. They still got them utility assistance going in rotation. The funds is available. Get them funds. Okay. Yesterday, if you did not make it, don't worry. Don't you fret. Because every Friday at 5415 Page Boulevard, Better Family Life is doing utility assistance. It begins at 8:30 a.m. every Friday. Okay. And all you need to do is bring a copy of your bill, identification, Social Security card, and proof of income. And like I told y'all once before, the process does take approximately an hour and a half. So don't think you're finna go in there, drop your stuff off, and keep on moving. No, you're gonna sit down, you're gonna wait, you're gonna take your time, and you're gonna let them people do what they need to do to help you, okay? All right. If you have any additional questions, I am going to post a flyer in the comments so that you can call the number, because I don't know nothing but what they told me. You get it? I don't know. But get up there tomorrow. I do know that at 8:30.
All right.
Also, Lamont Franks has his 7th annual sneaker giveaway, which is Saturday, the 23rd. Your child must be present to receive the shoes. So it is at the Martin Luther King. Give me the line. There we go. The Martin Luther King Plaza off of Page as well. Page is popping. You hear me? Martin Luther King Plaza at Page. He will be at the Foot Locker and the Kids Foot Locker. It's first come, first serve while the supplies last. So basically, get on up there. Slow feet don't eat. Okay? It begins at 12 noon. 12 noon. Child must be present, and he is giving away sneakers for children ages 1 through 16 years old.
Yeah.
And y'all know how I go. Go in the store, let the kids pick out their shoes, and they're paid for.
There it is.
Okay?
There it is.
So we got some good things coming up this weekend, some great resources for you all. Hey, take advantage of the resources that's in the community.
Straight up.
And I'm going to keep on giving the information until I can't give it no more. All right?
There it is.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much for that information, Mrs. Antoinette Rutherford. I gave her that last name. I'm not taking it back. So here we go. Let's get right into it. Give me that steaming hot topic.
Quitting acting.
That's what she said. No, well, that's what they said. They
said
she's thinking about it, right?
In a recent interview, an interviewer basically kind of called her out and was like, I heard that you got talks of quitting acting circulating around. Mm-hmm. Like, what's up with that? And Taraji got very, very emotional and frustrated, to say the least. But recently, Taraji has came out with, not just Taraji, but a lot of actresses and actors are coming out with the this wage battle that they're having in their field. Okay. And while they're saying everybody else is looking at it as if y'all are millionaires, y'all are making millions, it is always not the case, especially after taxes, after paying your team, after just all of the expenses that have to be paid out and covered. Mm-hmm. You're coming home with bare minimum. Mm-hmm. But Taraji's frustration is, outside of all of that, no matter what I do, I still have to negotiate as if I'm just now coming on the scene. Yeah. And I'm a vet in the game. And she is. Yeah. Taraji is amazing at what she does. So to constantly have to feel like every time I go for a new job, I have to sit at a table and negotiate. Mm-hmm. I have to show them my worth when I've put in the work. I've put in the time. I've sacrificed. I've been lowballed. When am I ever going to get my big break? Or when am I ever going to just see the fruit of my labor without having to constantly fight, you know? Yeah. She said, Brianna Cash, I love the scripture you
I was just about to ask you, what was it? I was going to look it up.
Facing. Yeah. Let me know what the scripture is. I was just about to ask you. But I can understand the frustration. And here's why. Mm-hmm. Outside of it just being, I don't want to say a money thing, or even outside of it being a ethnicity thing. How I'm gonna look up the scripture, Candy? I'm on the show.
I looked it up.
You looked it up. Okay.
Okay. Is this what you're talking about with the Deuteronomy? The fruit of your labor? Is that it? Yeah. Because I don't see the rest of it. Let me see.
I got it.
Yeah, because that's under the thing. Read that for me. Brianna be dropping some nuggets, man. Brianna be on it. She is so wise. I love it.
So she posts, God hasn't lied yet. He said if we didn't keep his commandments, what would happen? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Deuteronomy 28:33-34. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. No matter how much money we touch or business we obtain, we have to give our enemies half, and we own nothing here. No power plants, no water companies, factories. So many monuments, homes, or architecture was built off slave labor. A majority of us don't make enough to live in them. Take a wild guess every time we take a step forward, we get pushed 10 steps back, because we won't. Here's the key. Mm-hmm. We won't keep any commandments. We are cursed, and this further proves, but we don't have to stay cursed. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. We don't have to stay there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And see, though, so like we said,
being
as good as what you do matters, but being selective in what you do matters more. Mm-hmm. Because when you have pinned yourself to certain things, you don't know what doors you're opening up.
Yeah.
I love that so much, because a lot of people won't have the boldness to say, because we will just go on, hey, you know what, Taraji is a GOAT, like straight up. She is the one of the greatest of all time, like truly doing her thing. But some of those people who have not taken taking things to live a certain way, you see them thrive even more, right? Because their legacy speaks for itself. You have your Felicia Rashads, in which I've never seen in a provocative scene. Yet this lady is paid, and she is one of the classiest, iconic actresses on this earth. I truly believe that.
And you know my girl, Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett.
And she is one of the highest paid actors on television right now.
She had scenes, but they've not been
as I get what you're saying. Yeah,
explicit.
But at the same time, like I said, she's still one of the highest paid actresses on television right now.
It's like, it's amazing to see that when you uphold a certain standard, it looks different for you. And I love what Brianna brought out. But the point of what she's saying is, we are in a position where we're starting to recognize, hey, it seems like it's hard for us to get ahead. Why is it so hard for us to get ahead? Because of where we are in our relation with God, in our relationship with God, and position with God. It always will go back to your relationship with God. And I love that, because I know Taraji talks about knowing God and knowing of him and things like that, and so, but I don't know what she thought. You feel what I'm saying? So I can't speak to that. But what I will say is, I do love her craft. I do love what she brings to the table. But I don't like the fact that she has had to degrade certain things in order to, become who she is, because she's so great and pure at what she does. Yeah. So sometimes that industry is saying, I'm still going to tag you to this so that you can submit to who I am. And then before you know it, because you're used to signing off on a yes, it becomes your God. So the little bit of money or the love of money literally has taken you into a root of all evil. Who-wee. Candy, what's up? What you going?
Good question.
What you trying to do this morning?
That's my girl, but she's been compromising her soul since she laid in that bed with
Jody. And that's the thing. Because when we found out, when we found out that they were really doing it, doing it, I like it too. But when we found out that they were really having intercourse on Baby Boy, we was like, what? But when you watch the movie, let's be honest, it makes sense, because you felt drawn in to the characters. It's something that was there. You feel what I'm saying? It was like something that was a connection there. We was like, oh Lord, goodness gracious, yeah, that was the real thing.
I agree and disagree. I believe your voice, your presence, and what you're willing to sacrifice matters in their industry. People like Oprah have been on the back end of holding people down. This isn't new. Monique spoke on this years ago. Taraji is due more. Not saying it's right for any one of them to give up themselves for $1. However, she's due, and she shouldn't be denied when she is definitely a go. Mm-hmm. True.
Got you.
Thank you.
Got you. Very good. Very good point. I got you. And I think.
But then it also goes back to everybody needing to go back and apologize to Monique, because everybody was just so on her coattails and talking so bad about her.
The show ain't doing their line of work, because a whole bunch of when you start doing a study on it, you see all the movies. You was like, this was really happening. Like that wasn't acting. Yeah, they were serious.
Monique been due. Straight up. And a lot of people, like I said, I love Monique. And I was listening to everything she said. When they pin them to be crazy, them the ones I listen to. Because that mean they going against the grain. Mm-hmm. They going against something that you don't want them to speak up on and don't like. But as far as the roles and all of that, at the end of the day, she's a GOAT at what she does. Taraji is an amazing actress.
That's true.
So, like I said, with the stresses of just what she's doing, I don't even think it's the money thing. I think it's really because when she begins to cry and things like that, I think it's really more so of, why am I still having to prove my worth after I've put in the work? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if the only movie that I had was Baby Boy, fine, I get it. I got to work a little harder. But I've played in historical movies. I'm constantly doing great films. And I'm still having, every time I go for a role, I still got to go back and say, no, I need more. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't y'all come out the gate giving me what you ain't offering Meryl Streep, $50,000 to do no role. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You ain't offered Julie Andrews just to put her voice on stuff. Y'all ain't lowballing her. So why do I have to keep going back and negotiating before I even accept the job? Mm-hmm. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. So when it comes down to also putting yourself out there, watch this. You got Monique. You already know about Monique and her husband and that foolishness.
That's
right?
True.
And so I'm not saying this to say because they've chosen those things, that's why they're not just seeing. I'm saying this to say it plays a part into how you value and view yourself. Because whatever you're doing to put yourself in that line of work or push yourself in that position, you're forever going to be submitted to what you would do for that dollar amount. Or so they're going to always see a certain type of value on you. You know what I'm saying? So and then you have people who like, what's her name? Angela Bassett, who's created her own value. But she still have not gotten
she's still fighting for recognition.
Truly is.
Out of all the money that she made, as well respected as she is, baby, Angela Bassett could sell me a Snicker. Do you hear me? But they still won't get this lady her flowers publicly with one of the I guess most prized, most valuable awards that you could ever win in that arena.
Yeah,
they still won't give it to her. But I think that they also come with purpose too.
Yeah,
a lot of times people get purpose and value misconstrued with I want to word this the right way. Okay. I'm purposed to be an actress, so I'm gonna. That's my purpose, right? But I'm putting a dollar amount on it. Does that make sense? And you have the other end of it where it's like, well, if it's your purpose, then you should be doing it no matter what you're getting paid, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But why can't my purpose come with
appreciation?
Appreciation, yeah.
Okay.
Let's just put it right there.
Come with appreciation. But listen, this is the thing. Your purpose does come with appreciation, but you have to have it enough for yourself to say, this is what I will do, this is what I won't do.
Yeah.
This is what I will do, what I won't do. You show them how to treat you. Period, point blank. And as much as I don't care how powerful Oprah is, you can't bring a star down. Do you feel what I'm saying? I have the utmost respect for some of those actors who have went and done movies, in the lower budgets, but have killed it simply because they said, I won't conform to whatever it is they're trying to get me to conform to.
Yeah.
Because I know my value and I know my worth. So no, the dollar don't show it, but I'm telling you right now, my appreciation for myself will. Who I am, it's going to reveal exactly what I feel about me.
And then again, we have to stop looking for appreciation from others and our purpose. It's for us, and we have to stand on business.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that's what I'm trying to
That's all I'm saying. Did she post that before I said it? Because she just posted. I wasn't even paying attention. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, Christian. We have to. And if we do it, guess what? They'll follow suit. And if they don't, you create an avenue for yourself.
Yeah.
To do it. I remember when we first hold on, I do want to get to that. Can you get to that one? Go ahead.
My experience with the STM music industry alone showed me how demonic the industry is.
Straight up.
Taraji she's dealing with demons, so why would they play fair? The only way not to bump into the devil is y'all both walking the same path. She's tired of that path.
If you tired of the devil dragging you,
let his tail go.
Why are you still holding on to his coattail? Mm-hmm. Hello, you have reached the voicemail of Pastor Jenny Collins. But listen, if you are sick of the devil, that's what she used to say on our voicemail. The greater you say on our voicemail. If you're sick of the devil dragging you around, why are you still holding on to his coattail? No, for real. You know you've gotten in bed with some things and people that just wasn't right.
Yeah.
You know some of the things that you signed up to. They wasn't fighting fair then.
Yeah.
But it was the beginning of a war that you'll forever have to wage.
I think that's what I'm trying to. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I'm going beyond.
What I'm trying to say is with the purpose. What was your initial purpose for you coming into acting, right?
Was it to please the people?
Was it to please the people? Was it to get a better lifestyle? Whatever it is. Was it
to get the reward or the awards, or was it to get the right amount of pay, or did you do it because you loved it? Did you do it because it was really, truly a part of your purpose and your call? And like I said, some people are just gifted at what they do. Yeah. That girl is gifted at what she does. She truly is. But when you are gifted, there's always going to be someone trying to get you to make a sacrifice. Mm-hmm. Because they see it as a way to lock you in to their agenda.
Or even to make a compromise in a certain type of way.
Exactly.
Like, you took these low budgeted roles and all of this. Sometimes I'll wait.
Go, come on.
Sometimes we come with this mindset of I just want to get my foot in the door. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But even before you get your foot in the door, yes, everybody has to start somewhere. I do believe that. Mm-hmm. However, if you know what God has placed on your life, and you know who you are,
my Lord,
don't stoop low for just to get no foot in no door. Mm-hmm. I'm just being real.
It'll make room for you, baby.
Because your gifts will make room for you.
Come on now.
Am I saying that you're not going to experience some loss or you're going to have some sacrifice even with that mentality? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that it's going to always be peaches and cream. You're going to cry. You're going to sit in the corner many a days. You're going to want to give in. But if you know who you are, you have to stand on it.
Mm. Everything is being exposed now. It's not always glitter and gold. Standards are not standards. It's compromise. Like you have to recognize, like, if you're not standing on what you said you was gonna stand on, man, look, okay, come on.
Yeah, and then my opinion, but I feel like people are always the devil. But where is your accountability? You put yourself in some of those situations.
Thank you. And that's exactly. That's all we saying. That's it.
Everybody's talking about that. The darkness of the industry.
It's favors, and then boom, forever did it. Come on now, Candy. Girl, you better cut it out.
The darkness of the industry. You knew that before you came into the industry.
So you have to come with an agenda of I am not going to shift who I am. Listen.
I think that's what I was getting to. Thank you. She has shifted who she was. She's downplayed. She's taking less than what she's worth. Yeah. And now it's like,
that is good.
Now
it's good. Like, you speaking good, girl.
Now it's like she wants all this compensation for all the miles that she done put on herself, but nobody told you to run that marathon, baby.
Ooh, you knew you had to turn this rental back in. You was gonna give account for every mile you drove, girl.
And I'm not saying that she's not. Well, please don't misconstrue what we're saying. We're not saying
because you're talking about people who love Taraji.
Yeah, you're not saying that
that's my girl.
Not worth. Her acting and her craft is not worth what she's getting paid and all of that. That's business. That's strictly business. But what I'm saying now is maybe if things would have been done in a different way, you took a different role or just had a different standard or expectations or boundaries, you wouldn't feel so burnt out or so just blah over where you are right now.
The fight will be worth it.
Yeah, the fight will be worth it.
The fight will be worth it. You'll keep fighting because you'll know it'll be worth it. Because it won't be for their recognition or even for their respect. It'll be for your self respect and for what you know you're called to do. I'm and this is just me speaking in general because this is a universal message. Mm-hmm. This is something that just does not translate to our belief in Christ and our walk in him. This is all the way across the board. If you want something, you have to prove your worthyhood of it, but also you have to let others know who you are in it. Mm-hmm. Not what you'll do for it, who you are in it. You feel what I'm saying? So build yourself in what you know you're supposed to be doing. Don't just sit there and say, oh, well, I'm going to do this for it because I am getting my foot in the door. I am trying to build this up. No, I want this. I want to be great. I want to do great things. But this is who I am in this.
Exactly.
This is who I am. And I'm not changing for anything. I'm not even going to shift. I'm only going to grow. So what's going to grow me? We shift because we say it might bring growth.
Ooh.
I'm not going to shift because I know I need to be growing. So is this a growing opportunity? Is this a growth opportunity? Yeah, you'll be on a big screen. I'm telling you now, you're definitely going to get this and that. Awards are not my growth.
Yeah.
Awards are not my growth. They don't speak to my value. My works speak to my value.
Yeah.
So am I growing from this? And if you look at every opportunity that way, then I promise you life would look totally different through your lens and the way you respond to it. I had a story, but you got something to speak to because I gotta blow this out because I don't know what's going on. You could have muted the camera.
They know what you do by now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she still has time and she will get what's due. I don't believe that
she said you missed the first comment. You ain't put that up. That's why she said
she was 28 when she started acting, had children. She definitely knew what she was getting into. I love her and I wish she would have invested into something rather than working for someone else. Yeah, and she is trying to do that. And now. She does have. She got a hair care line. Mm-hmm. I believe she has a hair care line.
Yeah,
but
yeah, she
overall, I think that it's just about changing the trajectory. I think that she's getting older. I think that she's getting wiser, and the things that she once accepted, she's not tolerating anymore.
Yeah,
and it makes it so much harder.
It makes it that much harder.
It makes it that much harder when you're in that arena, or when you've kind of already set. Come on, this is our everyday life. We just ain't got zeros behind it. When you already kind of set the stage with certain people and with certain things, it's so hard for you to kind of go back and fight for what you rightfully deserve, or for what you know what I'm saying, where you really are, because you may have set that stage out of hurt or trauma, or just out of trying to make it, or just out of where you were in life at that time.
Yeah.
And so when you want to grow, and when you want more, and when you see things for what they really are, and you begin to speak out on those things, or you begin to just, I'm beyond this. You know what I'm saying? Just, I'm tired of it. It's so hard to change that. And so and get other people to see it that way too. It is. So this ain't just a millionaire thing, or just an actress thing, or actor thing. This is life. This is life.
It ain't just that industry. This is multiple industries. And you know what? I want to put this out there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you all know why we do what we do.
I do what I do when you do what you can do about it.
On me.
I can turn.
But no.
we
know we have a certain reach, right? But so y'all know we absolutely love music. Mm-hmm. The goal was after high school to go straight into the music industry. Okay. We had plans, vision, all of that. Some things were altered, and we had to work towards some other things. Mm-hmm. And while we were building, we were not willing not to take less, but to compromise who we were, to go for whatever. We've had offers. Yes, we have, where we could have done R&B, love, music, different types of things. But even we knew what came along, different gospel artists. But what came along with that, we knew that wasn't a part of who we are. So we're not compromising. Yeah. Not that the dollar amount don't matter. Look, would have been nice dollars.
Even if it wasn't a evident thing, or even if really it wasn't a money thing, a spiritual thing. Really everything ain't gotta change your life physically.
Yeah.
You could be living in the biggest of houses and be miserable.
And we refuse to do that. Because to be honest, if we would have, the industry would have, the first thing the Lord showed us was that the industry would have tried to split this. And we were like, what we got is worth more than millions. Okay, so we can sit in the house. Don't let the necessary
occur.
We can sit in the house all day long.
And tow stuff up.
We don't play that.
I was turning stuff up behind Brother Greg.
No, we don't play that. So we already knew, hey, if it's gonna come between that, if it's gonna try and cut us up, it ain't worth it. So we chose from a place of greater in us rather than greater from what everybody else can see.
But once again, it does go back to the spiritual aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? You have to have something that's grounding you.
Was that a unified choice? I love that.
Was that a unified choice, or did someone take the lead? It was a unified choice. And then sometimes somebody else had to take the lead. Because just as unified as we are, it's always unified. Because once the law is laid and we done agreed on it, we walking in it. Period.
We walking in it together.
But sometimes some stuff was non-negotiable. As soon as it was presented, we like, nah.
Both of us. But then some stuff, it was like, hey, hold on, wait. And then it takes her to remind her, nah, remember, this, that, boom, boom, bop. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's never that it's not unified. It's always that it's one of us have to be in a position to remind each other what it is. And this has been a requirement from the beginning of time. If only Adam would have been in position to remind Eve, hey, look, check this out. You know what the Lord just said. Mm-hmm. Put it down. No, you know what he said this will bring. I don't care if you did touch it and nothing happened to you. I don't care if you did do this and nothing happened. One of us have to be in scope of the vision that we have for our lives and our vision and our hope and what we've been instructed to do.
I'm going to even go further to say, even outside of the support system we had, there were times where our children had to remind us of what things were.
Yeah.
Because we were in a place where it's like, we got to do what we got to do.
Yep.
And then my baby, I have a dream. Or she'll just come in, Daddy, you know God told you to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, here go the 6th sense again. She got to get up out of here. You know? But having that, and then there were times where like both of us was finna wreck shop, finna mess up some stuff. We're going to go ahead and do this. Just thinking that we had a plan. And right before we walked in the door, our spirit would get convicted. But you still have to be at a place of willingness and a place of just humility, even in that, where even in my own way, I'm right here. I heard you say no. We've been sitting in meetings and had to renege.
Yep. Got all the way there. Drove all the way. 8 hours. Okay. To the meeting.
To have to get there to say no.
No. Because we were excited in a moment. And this is what I want to say to that, Christian, because that's such a good point. But then, too, as long as I've known y'all have never been weak-minded or easily influenced. Can I tell you this? That's the perception. But the truth is, we can be very weak-minded and easily influenced quickly. Mm-hmm. You want to know why? Because we are human.
Yeah.
And because we're human, the truth is the influence is there constantly. And when we get influenced in the smallest things, we can be weak-minded in the smallest thing, but we are never weak-spirited.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that keeps us going, because somebody is strong in the spirit. And most might think, oh, well, it's most likely Brother Greg at time. No, this woman is a giant in the spirit. Like
put no cheeseburger before me.
Don't put no cheeseburger before. But
I'm just playing.
No, I'm just playing.
That's why I don't eat when I'm in meat.
When it comes to
I eat before.
The men know what you like.
The men know what I like. They do. We got wing platters. I be wing platters. Yes.
Look, but we know who we are. We know what we do, and we know what we're called to do.
True.
But somebody has to keep the focus.
Yeah.
So even when people try and sell me with the whole, hey, well, think about what the Lord can do through this scope. Think about how he can use you here, right? And the quickness, they try and use that. And Antoinette is quickly, yeah, I hear you. But think about what that's going to make you a slave to.
Yeah.
Think about how that's going to bind you to this. I want you to think pros and cons. Like, it's always bringing us back to the original vision. And people might say, you know what? Well, shoot, maybe that's why where y'all at right now. We're still building. Yeah, we are. But I'd rather be building than to be a slave.
That's true.
I'd rather be building for myself, a house for myself, than a building for a master. I'm just being real. I'll build and I'll work for myself and I'll be tired. And I'll get up and I'll be sleepy and I'll work endlessly to know that I built something for what I was supposed to do, for what God told me to do, versus building it for everybody else. It is what it is.
And does that go to say that sometimes you don't get discouraged, or sometimes you don't cry, or sometimes you don't feel like you're missing out on things? No, not at all. Because like you said, we're human, and I do have a vision.
Find me a husband from the church, y'all.
No, find you a husband that is the church.
She talking about I'm almost ready. I can't stand you. You know I can't.
But I got somebody for you though when you ready.
Hey, I gotta. No, we be hooking. No, we be trying to connect people.
Ooh,
we gonna stop. We gonna stop. We gonna stop. No, look.
But seriously,
I got somebody who real for you. They ain't that type of nigga that walk up in the church and be like, praise the Lord. It is what it is. They be like, what's up?
Don't find one in the church. Find one that is the church, and they know that. But that doesn't mean that you don't get discouraged or that you don't even get frustrated or that we didn't sit down and have our cries and powwows and I'm done and I'm over it and let's just do this. But even with that, what Christian said, what she say? Go back up because I want to make sure. What she said that the two are together.
Yeah. Yep.
Like he said, one has to be stronger and, somebody always has to be more yielded or whatever. Even the people around you is important. And we can't stress this enough.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that everybody around us always reminds us of who we are. Or always, you know what I'm saying? Some people, I know they sent. From where I ain't gonna say. But he told them in the Bible, you of your father Satan. He did. I know they be sent. You know what I'm saying? Why don't y'all just do this? Why don't y'all just do that? And then even those who have our best interests at heart, and that we know her from God, can still sometimes very well be off track as well, especially after I know what he has already told me to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is more spiritual than you think. You got to be grounded spiritually, and even in your flaws and in your weaknesses and in your times where you may feel like you about to fold. One thing I can say is God is going to always make a way of escape. He's always going to speak. He's a gentleman, though. He's not going to come in, hey, I told you to sit down. He's not doing that.
Check on him.
He's going to say, baby, what did I tell you?
Remember. Remember. Plenty of times we've been sitting there and he said, remember. And I'm like, damn.
You know what I'm saying? And he ain't going to say, sometimes he said once. Sometimes he said thrice. Sometimes he don't. Listen, it's up to you. You know.
Yep.
You have to listen to those convictions and go with what they say. Go with your gut. Sometimes you have to go with your gut. And if that means missing out on something right then, it's okay.
Yeah, because you never really miss.
You never miss.
You never really miss. I promise you, those things have validated my worth more. I won't even say validated. It highlighted my worth more. We was in a group when I was in high school. I was in a group called Unpredicted Praise. Y'all remember when I used to sing with the guys? And so we used to sing. We were a gospel group, sort of kind of quartet style, but still like kind of new school contemporary gospel. We kind of was doing as well. And so when we were doing that in high school, I was 16. At the time, we were planning for a concert that we were supposed to do. And we met with a producer, manager, or whatever. And he comes and he says, hey, I want y'all to meet. I want to meet up with y'all, right? We was like, okay, we met, we talked to him. He said, have y'all thought about doing R&B? I said, because we all sat, when we got together and we said, we will not convert. We will not change to R&B. We will forever do gospel. This is what God has for us, right? I'm in the meeting. I said no. Other person in the meeting say no, right? That was me and Jesse. All the rest of them was like, I mean, we're willing to hear you out. I don't care who this man is. Do y'all remember the vow that we made? Right? So they sat through the rest of the meeting. After the meeting, we have our meeting. And we was like, look, I stood on my ground. I'm the youngest one in the group. I stood on my ground. I said, listen, I said, this is the vow that we made to God. We will not move off of that vow. And if everybody else want to go and do your own endeavors, that's on you. I said, but as for me, I'm sticking with what the Lord told me.
Yeah.
Because we said we were going to make this commitment. The producer said, well, I need to hear y'all sing in an open setting. He comes to the church to one of our meetings. The best singer in the group was Mark. Okay. This hands down to me, best vocalist in the group. He was awesome. Mark could do the highs, the lows, everything. He was just great. Mark, voice smooth as butter. Okay. Hands down, best singer in the group. Okay. I just like to blend. I thank God I could hear a part. Okay. We go, seriously, that's all I was worried about. We go and do a rehearsal. I only sang background that whole rehearsal. Everybody else had a lead part. I did not have one lead part. Just sang background. Amazing rehearsal. The guy walks out with our friend, and when he walks out, my friend comes back in, and he says, all right, y'all, this is what he said. He said he'll love to work with us. He said, but only on the one condition. And they said, what's that? He said, if Greg does the lead, he will have to be the leader of the group. I got scared. I was like, what? No, what you mean? And he said he has the most pure voice. I promise you, I'm looking and I'm like, my voice ain't pure. Mark. I said, Mark did the lead. Mark does lead. He said, no, you need to do lead. He said, you had something that everybody else could not bring to the table. You have something that will make you a star. You need to do the lead. I wasn't doing a lead song at all. They all did leads. I didn't do any that day. This is what I'm saying. It's not that we have that you don't have what it takes. But when you have standards, people see that and they value it too. Mm-hmm. Out of all the ones who have said we're not going R&B, the one person that you want to lead is the one that decided that we're not going R&B. And so all of them said, and the other caveat, I'm sorry, I do lead. The second one was we do R&B, hands down. We can start off with some smooth R&B and kind of inspirational and then probably see where that goes, but we cannot do gospel. That's what he told me. Right? So they said, it's up to you, Greg. At 16 years old. You know what I said? I'm sticking with God. Sorry. It is what it is. Was it tempting? Yes. Did I even listen to R&B? Yes. But I knew the vow that I made God early on. And I wasn't shifting off of that. I wasn't moving off of it. And thank goodness I didn't. Everybody else went and did their own thing. And none of them were doing what they were starting to do in the first place. None of them even doing music right now. I'm saying all this to say, when you have value in yourself, people may come along and they may highlight that value. They might even validate, in certain ways, but they cannot determine your value. Yeah. He said, I have to go R&B and be the lead. I'm telling you, I'm going to be with someone and still do what I do. And I determine that value. You don't determine it. That's all I got.
The nose gets Woo! Have standards, people.
Please.
Don't let nobody fumble you in no bag. Don't let nobody lowball you in integrity. It ain't even just about the money. Don't let nobody lowball you in your integrity. If you know that it's something that you just absolutely, it's a non-negotiable for you, let it be that. No matter how good the opportunity looks, no matter how you feel like, oh, this will be the one that's gonna give me a head, and this is. Listen, baby, I will sleep peacefully knowing that I made the right decision to protect my peace, to protect my gift, to protect my spirit, man.
And my children.
My legacy. To protect my legacy above all things versus let me do what I got to do to build it. And then when we get there, I'm going to put up boundaries. That don't even sound right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let all the dogs in right now. You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna feed them whatever, give them what they want. Then I'm gonna start building them gates so they'll know where they're supposed to go. No, that ain't how that work.
That ain't how that work. Eat you up. It doesn't make sense. As you build a relationship, standards are at the forefront, and then allowances are in between. You don't allow first and then build standards. No, I build standards while we build this relationship. I have standards. Now you have allowances, doors that are open as we grow deeper in this relationship. So we really, it's about knowing your value. That's it. It's about knowing your worth. Taraji, we love you. We love what you do. We love who you are. We can say all that we want to say about Baby Boy, but one thing that we can't deny is that it was purely, you were a beast in that movie. If you never did a sex scene in that movie, you were a beast in that movie because you portrayed the true woman who was dealing with those type of issues at that time.
Seriously.
You killed it. We still quoting stuff from it. You hear me? We be quoting all stuff from it. Get me out of here. You don't love me no more. But you gave what needed to be given beyond whatever else the compromise was. I know what they said was required, but let me tell you something. You pave your way now, and you still can, and it does not diminish you.
Period.
I stole my car. Boy, did y'all hear her laughing in the background? Boy, I was hollering when I heard that. But you paved the way, and you create your own path right now. You get to do that. You do. But you're also going to have to denounce what it is that you allow.
Yeah. And it's not too late. That's the best thing. So even if it takes you taking a step back from something, do it. Yep. If it's going to change your trajectory, if it's going to bring you to peace, if it's going to put you on a path that you were originally supposed to go down, it's okay. Mm-hmm. We're not too old to start over. We are constantly growing. That's part of life. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah. Growing, multiplying, evolving. We're not supposed to still be the same way. We are not supposed to be found the same way he left us. Ooh. Ain't that good? That girl on nuggets this morning. Oh. We're not supposed to be found the same way he left us. Yeah. So it's okay to start over. Mm-hmm. Yes, you may have started the wrong way. Mm-hmm. But if you know, and if you're feeling in your spirit, and if you're being directed to change and to make some sacrifices, lose some relationships, take a step back from that career, put that degree in the chest of drawer, and just take that L and pay that student loan, go where you're supposed to be.
But I'm going to say this. Remember. Remember. That's your sip on this today. Y'all got it. Get your cup out so you can fill it up real quick. Listen. Remember. Remember why. Remember who you are. Remember why you started. Remember what you are supposed to be doing. Remember how you're supposed to go about doing it. Remember when you're supposed to step out and when you're supposed to deny. Remember. And remember where you're supposed to be at all times. Remember where you're supposed to be going. Remember where you're headed. Like, remember. Somebody type it in. Say, remember. Remember. And that's something that you have to, if that plays in your head every time you have a meeting, I guarantee you, as you walk in, you won't take just anything because you'll be forced to remember. Yeah. Remember what he's called you to. Remember what he said about you. Remember who you are. Remember what your daddy and your mama said about you. Remember how they raised kept your son while you did what you did because of their hopes for you. Not so that you can be stressed out, but so that you can be successful. Not attached to a dollar amount. Attached to a legacy that nobody could ever take from you. Remember who you are. Maybe you're not going to do acting from now on. Maybe you're going to do living on screen. Maybe that's what you're going to call it. What? Because I'm saying.
What is living on screen?
Maybe they call it acting. Maybe it's something tied to the acting point. Maybe I'm serious. Maybe it's something tied to that acting industry. Maybe you need to call it living on screen, where you get to live the scenes or the plays that you live out, the parts that you live out. You get to live it on screen, and now you've created a new name for yourself. Yeah. You've created a new industry for what this looks like. This is for the pure actors. We live on screen. It looks different. It looks different. See, acting may cause you to embody a person, but living on screen, it requires you to be someone. You know, and so you have to make sure that you're in a position where you're reminding yourself of who you are at all times, because money is going to be spent, but time is too. You got to make sure that you do what's best for you. I'll just play it.
But what if somebody don't know though? Like, I think that you need to be getting into a place of reflection and start building out a why. And don't let it be vague. And don't let it be shallow. I just want to do this so that I can get ahead in life. What do you mean get ahead in life? Expound.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? What are you called to do? Who are you and what are you called to do?
They might not know.
Let's go. Let's get to the core of who you are. Right quick. Y'all ready? We got how many minutes? A couple minutes. Y'all here? Everybody paying attention? Good. So, who are you? Let's ask this question. This is how we're going to do this. If you were doing what you were doing right now, would you do it for free?
Are you want us to answer?
I guess, because I don't know.
Yeah. I'll do it for free now.
Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. And in all that you do, forget about free now. In all that you do, would you do it at the highest paid amount? Of course you would, right? Because if I do it for free, then I do it for all the money
add some tricks to it. Put some sprinkles on top.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The Chex Mix and all of that in bowls and Cheez-Its and but then look at what you're already doing that does not require money. That's who you are. That's who you are. I always tell people whenever I would when it came down to choosing a person for promotion or even considering people for promotions, whenever I would talk to my bosses or be considering people for promotion as a manager, I would sit there and I say, what is this person already doing? That's how I determine. What is this person already doing?
That's good, because if a promotion brings out the best in you,
then it's not a real promotion. You literally are only doing it for the money. But if you are already doing it, so unhealthy leadership would say, what degree does this person have? How can I position this person to get the best out of the view of my company or them to say the best thing about it? Healthy leadership says, what is this person already doing? And now how can I position them to get the best out of them so that I see them working at their best potential? If they're already doing it and it aligns with the job description, why not give them the promotion? I'm just being real. Why not? If you're already doing it, you just found out who you are. God is looking at you right now and trying to figure out. He's looking at you. You want me, don't you? I know. Yeah. I know you do. I know you do.
If God looked at us right now and said, I'm finna just start pouring out blessings. I'm finna start throwing them. Racks on racks on racks.
For those who do what?
Listen. But if the prerequisite, I like that word.
Okay, go ahead. Prerequisite.
If the requirement.
Okay.
It's for somebody who has a pure heart for something. How would I know what the pure heart is?
Yeah.
I'm looking at what they already doing. Meaning, for all of us, and I'm saying us.
We's the people.
That say, well, if I had this, I'd be doing this.
Your heart ain't in it.
Your heart ain't in it.
You've just created excuse. People who
if I had $1 million, you know, I would give. I'm gonna tell you something now.
Straight up.
I'm gonna give them.
Okay.
I done slept in a box before, but guess what?
You slept in a box?
I felt like it.
Oh, okay. Let me know. I wasn't there with you.
Yes, you was. We was all in that box together, and guess what?
No box.
I still made room in that box for somebody else who needed me. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying do it foolishly.
Okay, but
y'all get what I'm saying?
No, it's about if you're doing it already, you have a pure heart for it. But if you can create any excuse as to why you're not doing it, you don't purely want to do it.
Yeah.
Whoa. If you can create any excuse as to why you are not functioning in it, then you don't really want to do it. You think you want to do it. This is why we got a whole bunch of people sitting there saying, oh, well, if I had the money, I'd do this and that. Then they get the money to do it. And then they be like, I just chose to go a different route because this and that. You didn't really want to do it. But if you purely want to do it, you're going to start doing it some type of way. Oh, I want to feed the homeless. You ain't going to need but I want a whole line of this. Yeah, that's nice. Vision. That's beautiful. That's nice. You created a vision. Yeah. Now you plan it out. Because now you need to build from the bottom on up. So, you know, when you get to that line, you know exactly what to instruct the people to do.
Yeah.
But what are you doing on your own? Start
using
pulling
that
up.
extra $5 to add bacon on every meal.
Thank you. Instead of
take that $5 and get 5 chicken sandwiches.
Go pass it out. Hey, y'all hungry? Hey, I see you out here. You hungry? You hungry? I ain't say you had to be homeless. I'm saying you hungry. Is you hungry or no? I got 5 chicken sandwiches. You want one? You hungry? You hungry?
Yeah.
You have to be doing it already if you want to see if you're really pure about it. Would you be doing it for free? And are you doing it already? Even if you have 1,000 other things to do, are you doing it already?
Yep.
You just found out what your core is. Straight up. So, yeah, that's all I got. I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
Look.
Just take a look inside yourself.
Look, wasn't supposed to go this far, but I'm gonna leave that where that's at, you know. But hey, remember who you are. Remember. And I promise you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for yet another hour of Honest Tea. I'm your boy, Brother Greg.
I'm your girl, Antoinette.
And we love y'all. Y'all have a great day. Peace.
Faith or its family, marriage to jealousy, truth or its fantasy, yeah. We're doing everything, cause there's so much to talk about. Sit still and brew it out. Bitter and sweet, ice and heat. Let's take a drink of honesty.